I read something in the paper today, folks. It's about the king of all speeches. The Brits have voted for the most inspirational speech of all time. And on the back of that, I've got a question for you all. Anyone not watching this, I've got a question at the end. It'll only be 2 minutes long. Listen to the question and give me the answer in the comments below if you know it. I bet you don't. I really bet you don't. It's a challenge from me to you. Yes, the king of all speeches. The king of all speeches has been named as the Martin Luther King speech. Well, let's have a look at it quickly. Wait a minute. The I Have a Dream speech. That was number 1. Number 2 was old Winston Churchill, we shall fight 'em on the beaches. Number 3, Nelson Mandela, prepare to die speech. Number 4, old Winnie is there again, Winston Churchill, the Battle of Britain speech. The Queen made number 5 with the speech that she gave at COVID. You know, the old we will meet again, and so on and so forth. Now, that made me think, what's the best single comment I've heard of all time? Comment, is it comment? Saying, comment. You know what I mean? Quote. That's what I'm looking for. Quote. Who said that? Go to the front of the class. Quote I've ever heard before. And I'm going to tell you now what it is. And I'm going to ask, does any of you know it? I would suggest only the only ones that will know this are, well, the only ones from England especially that will know this are those that are maybe heavily into history and maybe politics. A bit of a clue there, maybe. Right, I heard this about 40 odd years ago. I had a good friend called Stu Massey. Don't see anything of him anymore. I think he's emigrated to Australia. He never told me he'd gone, but I think he's gone. He's just gone without saying I'm there. He's just gone. Not seen him for many a year. The most knowledgeable person I knew where music's concerned. And he gave me a song to listen to 40 years ago. I think I've got it on a single. That's for all you youngers out there. It's a little black thing, a little bit of black vinyl about that big. I think I've got it somewhere, but I don't know where it is. No record player anymore. Well, I've got one, but I don't use it. Why I'm telling you all this, I don't know. But I'm telling you, you're having an insight into my world here. Anyway, play me this song, and I loved it. And I'll bet you there's not a tenth of a 1% of white English males in Great Britain that's ever heard this song before. Anyway, won't tell you what the song is called because it might give it away. But here's the quote, and I'll try to do it in the way that I heard it. I heard it 40 years ago. I've never heard this record since. The only way I hear this record is if I go online and try to play it on YouTube. Never heard it on the radio, never heard it anywhere. And I think it's just a fantastic quote. I think it's absolutely brilliant. Right, it goes something like this. Got a plate in front of me, nothing that's on it. For all of us are sat at the same table, or all of us diners, I'm not a diner till you ask me to dine. Then I become a diner. So, I'll say it a bit slower. I've got a plate in front of me, there's nothing that's on it. Because all of us are sat at the same table, or all of us diners, I'm not a diner until you ask me to dine. And when I first heard that hooked me. There's lots of other quotes within the song that I've heard, and I just thought, that's just brilliant. That's just a brilliant couple of lines. And I thought, where did that person get those lines from? I just thought it was brilliant. Now, the question is, who said that, folks? Does any of you know who said that? I'll bet you if only 20 or 30 listen to this video, and that's maybe all I'll get because no one will know what it's about. I'll bet there's not 10% of you that know who said that. Right. Answers in the comments down below. But before I will wrap up this video, I'm going to tell you who said it. So I'm going to tell you now. So if you want to have a guess without knowing, come out of the video now, and then we can play a game amongst ourselves. You can go away, you can put answers there, and then I can tell you whether you're right or wrong. Anyway, it was said many a year ago, I'm guessing it'd be in the 60s now, but I could be wrong, by the other black activist, Malcolm X. It was said by Malcolm X, and I thought it was just brilliant. Brilliant poetry within a quote, and it makes you think, or it made me think. I thought it was brilliant. The song was called No Sellout, and I don't know who it's by, but if you Google that, look on YouTube for No Sellout, and it's about Malcolm X. It's a brilliant song. It's just dead different. It's unlike anything I've ever heard before. Never heard it on British radio, ever. You won't get it on mainstream anyway. It might have been played at night time somewhere on like your Craig Charles shows, that kind of stuff. But I've never heard it before on British radio. I've never heard anybody mention it. Don't know anyone knows it. None of my pals know it. Stuart did. He passed it on to me. I've tried to play it for a couple of people that think they know something about music. They've not got it. It's a great single. Anyway, that's it. Malcolm X. No Sellout. Malcolm X, no sellout. I'm not going to fight you.